I'm stable, oh yeah, no label, oh yeah, you know me. I have only a path, I'm lonely, but damn, I'm going to win, yeah.
So actually growing up, I was born and raised in Kenya. And I grew up, my parents actually owned their own business when I was growing up. But the weird thing is, my parents, they were only focused on us just to go to college, have good grades. That's all I could remember my parents used to tell me. Because, like, my dad used to tell me, if you don't have to go to school, get good grades, then you're going to have, like, hard life. So the only thing I knew I was supposed to do right, actually, was just to go to school and start really hard, which I did. So after high school, actually, I went to India. That's why I went to India to do like my bachelor's degree. I did my bachelor's degree in computer science, and then I had my master's degree in IT. And then I came back home. It was like 2010. And then I had my first job. It was really hard to get a job. And my first job I got as an intern, I was making $20 a week.
Mm.
After having a master's degree, after spending all that time in college and all the money that I think my dad was spending. So my internship actually I was earning $20 a week. So I was like, what can I do at least to make more money? Because life was really hard. You know, growing in Kenya, life is totally different than here.
Yeah, I couldn't even imagine.
Yeah, it's really different. It's a little tough, but it's okay. So there's another guy who used to work in this company because we were like, my first job was like a programmer doing websites for people. So me and this guy decided just to come up with our own company. Like, hey, we can do this, whatever we are doing here, to make $20 a week. You can imagine $20 a week. So we decided just to be doing websites for people to make more money, which we did for some time. It actually went well. We started making some more money, but at the same time, I was trying to look for another job. So I worked on this job for about probably like 6 months or so, and then I got a better job with at least a better, like it was better. Like I was making some good money with the other job, but the problem was we used to work all the time. It was busy. I never had time even to go out with my friends. And I was like, you know what, this is really hard. Then after some time, I had an opportunity to come to the US. Then I got another job here. And I've always really wanted to be like, I wanted to be my own boss. How can I make my own boss? I don't have to be depending on money all the time. Like I have to wait for paycheck to paycheck. Like driving, like the job that I had here, honestly, I had to drive like an hour drive going and coming back. So it was like really hard. And then I looked for another job, of course. I found another job. So I'm gonna give you a backstory, like how did I find Awol? I love opera. I love watching opera shows. So I used to watch this program she has. It's called what's the name of it? Super Soul Sunday, where she does interviews, interviewing all the successful people, how they got started from having nothing to finally having success. So one day I was watching her show. She was interviewing Michael Bernard. I don't know if you know him. He's actually on the movie The Secret. So he was talking about this book. I think it's called The Visioning Process, like the visioning process. This was probably beginning of 2017, January. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna get that book, The Visioning Process. So I got the audiobook of that book, and then I just started reading it because I was like, you know what, I think if these people can do this from having nothing to being successful and writing their own book, let me see if I can learn from them. So through his audiobook, he was like, I know most of you have seen this movie, The Secret. I'm like, what movie is this? He's talking about The Secret. So I went to Netflix and I searched that movie, The Secret. So I was like, oh my God, what is this? I was so fascinated just to see that movie. And then I started going to YouTube just to look on these authors, like if I can learn more from them. So as I was watching videos on YouTube, then Kiara video popped up. And I was like, oh my God, what is this? So the first day I saw it, I just kept it. The second time, I'm like, oh my God, this video could just not leave me alone. Then the second time, I actually watched like the whole thing. And then of course, I had to confirm. I had to go probably to like Best Buy and say, oh my God, this thing is real. I'm going to sign up. So that's how actually I go to Awol. And I think I purchased the Pro Academy. Of course, this was like July 2017. And of course, I was super excited. I went through the training. I didn't even know I could even do like affiliate program with Awol. I didn't know that time. So I followed the training and then I started promoting ClickBank products.
Mhm.
And then after like 2 weeks, I remember it was after 2 weeks, I had my first commission from ClickBank. I was super, super excited. And then I was not really serious, but I was still at the same way excited. I was just kind of treating it like a hobby. And then it came time probably as I was doing it, and I was like, you know what, probably I need to go elite so I can get someone to help me. But then it was time for us to travel to go home for Christmas. And then I was like, I was shopping a lot. And then I just stopped. I went back home.
Mhm.
Then I came back in January. And then I was like, you know what? I think maybe it's time to go elite. And that's when I went to elite and then I got serious. Probably I had my first Awol sell up by April. I think April. Yeah, that's how I got started.
Oh yeah, I'm stable. Oh yeah, no label.